Hello world, welcome to Fulani Scientist channel. My name is Binta Jallo and today I'm going to talk to you about a very important woman in the field of scientific research and discoveries. If you've ever heard of HeLa cells, they actually came from a woman, an African American woman named Henrietta Lacks. And this is just a brief intro into one of the important contributions she had had into the field of science and research. So, if you've ever entered a lab anywhere in the United States or in the world, chances are in the minus 80 freezers in those labs, there are HeLa cells. And in a book called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, a woman discovered the story and wrote about Henrietta's life and how her cells became immortalized and have been used in so many scientific research and experiments and discoveries. So being a female, being a scientist, I've always been the only female, the only woman in the environment that I chose to be in, scientific research. And so over the years, knowing that almost every lab in the world has HeLa cells has changed my entire perspective about being a Black female scientist in academia. And so you're never alone because you've got HeLa. She's always going to be in a lab that has samples in there minus 80. Maybe they're not even aware that they're there, but chances are she's there. So please, I want you to feel hella proud and be very, very, very excited about her legacy to the entire world. And actually, a book was just also published by one of her grandchildren. So this story by Ron Lacks, who is a descendant of Henrietta Lacks, actually has had the opportunity to tell his stories. And I hope you guys can, check these books out, read about the Lacks family, and read about how science can, when it goes rogue, it goes very rogue. And when it's exploited, it can be very detrimental to society and humanity in general. So I just wanted you guys to know this is one of the eye-opening moments for me in academia when I discovered Henrietta Lacks is HeLa. And amazingly, her cancer cells, which were later used to study cervical cancer, her cells has significant research advances. And scientists have been using HeLa cells in so many experiments, so many discoveries, so many studies that in fact, the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine was awarded to this physician, scientist, in 2008, using HeLa, using Henrietta Lacks' cells. And he was studying how HeLa cells, when the human papillomavirus infected HeLa cells, it demonstrated that certain types of viruses can cause cancer. So his work was actually very integral in studying cancers like cervical cancers and how HeLa cells can be used to understand the process of cancer. So it won him the Nobel Prize. This woman's life ended because of cervical cancer, but her cells were taken without her consent, without her family's knowledge, used to do experiments in the lab, and so many discoveries were made. And so many of these discoveries changed so many lives. Yet, many people do not know who Henrietta Lacks is. Her descendant, she has siblings, she has children, their children have children. And knowing this would change their world, make them feel proud, make them feel very, very extremely important. Because this woman, this proud African American, changed the world. She continues to change the world on a daily basis. And I am proud to be a Black scientist. And I am proud to walk into a lab and look at the minus 80 freezers and know that I am not alone.